What's up guys, it's Cobalt here and welcome back to another video. I feel like online all the time I see videos of people finding LPS at like a thrift store or a flea market, and I literally have dreams about doing that, but it never happens. Luckily though, last year I want to say I was visiting my friend Rosie and she took me to this really awesome antique mall, which totally spoiled me because I've never been able to find another place quite like that, and they were selling so much LPS, which was awesome, and I made a video of that. And I also ended up finding like this cool sort of vintage store by my parents' house that was selling LPS one time, and I also got to make a video of that. So if you guys want to check out those videos, please go do so. But basically the whole point of this video is to show you guys that I found some more Littlest Pet Shops, and I wanted to show you guys where I got them and show you guys what I got. It's not like a huge haul or anything, but I think that it was kind of cool stuff, and it was just like a fun little excursion that I wanted to turn into content. So I'm always getting advertisements for the Long Beach flea market on my Instagram feed, and I finally went about a week ago with some of my roommates, and I wasn't really expecting to find anything, but there were obviously certain things that I was looking for, and in the back of my mind I definitely had the thought that maybe I'll find some LPS here, and I did. So I ended up finding these LPS at a place that was selling like custom Lego figures, so kind of a strange place to find LPS. So he had this bucket of like honestly disgusting, super dirty Littlest Pet Shops, and most of them were like in the G4, G5 era, so not really stuff that I wanted, but I did end up picking out a couple LPS, which I will show you guys at the end of the video. They were super expensive though, like this was totally a scam. He was selling them for $5, so I was like, okay. I only decided to get two. If they were cheaper, I would have got more, but you know, it's not every day that you find LPS in person, so I figured that I would splurge, and whether I add these to my collection or customize them, I will eventually make a profit from customizing LPS, so I figured it was fine. I saw some other cool stuff. There were some neat miniatures, which I didn't pick up, although I did get some miniatures, which I'll talk about later, but I found a couple more LPS. I found an inbox Series 1 pet pair set for G7, which was interesting. This is like a vintage antique flea market, so I didn't really expect to find anything that was literally like brand new from last year, but the same booth was selling this pack of super fake LPS. Honestly, we picked a horrible day to go because it was extremely hot, and it was so hot to the point that I picked up these LPS and they were like squishy like jello. It was kind of gross. Obviously did not buy them, but then after checking out this place, we also ended up going to this antique mall a little bit closer to where we live, and I didn't find any LPS there, but I did find some really cool miniatures. They were a little expensive, but I wanted to splurge and get things that I've never really seen before, and to my surprise, they were also 20% off, so low-key a steal. But now I want to show you guys what I actually purchased. So I'm going to start off with the Littlest Pet Shops, of course. So these were the two LPS that I bought. Were they worth $10 in total? Absolutely not. I kind of just washed them off, but I obviously didn't really make too much of an effort to actually clean them. But first off, I got this dog. She's a little boxer puppy, and this is an LPS from G1, which is pretty cool. She does have a blue magnet though. The only LPS with bodies that I've seen like this have like those weird square holes on the bottom and not a magnet bottom, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if I'll be keeping her or customizing her. I did kind of buy her with the intent to customize because I really like using this body for head swaps. I think it's really cute. Not really a fan of this head, but we'll see. I'll probably just chuck her in my collection for now and see what I want to do with her later. I do really like her purple eyes, and the airbrushing on her face is in pretty good condition. I just can't really say the same for her body, but I might try to clean her up a little bit more. We'll see. But then there's this Chihuahua, which doesn't really stand because he has a neck peg malfunction, which you can't really see. You can see it better from this angle. It's very, very bent, so he doesn't really stand. But I'm definitely going to keep this one. I think the design is so cute. There's a couple blemishes in the eye and on the nose, but those will be really easy to fix, and I will end up doing a peg swap just so, you know, to fix that. But I don't have any LPS that are in this mold, and I have no interest in customizing them, so it is a cool addition to the collection. I got a couple other little things from the flea market that are miniature related, and they are these. So I found somebody that was selling little charms for $1, and I got these ones. I think it was 2 for $1, so I paid $2 for all 4 of these. I ended up finding these charms that were like little miniature weapons, and fun fact about me, I love miniature weapons. You can probably tell if you've seen some of my other LPS videos, but this is a little nail gun. I'm gonna take wire cutters and cut off the little like charm ring or whatever, but this is cool. I've never seen a mini nail gun before, and they're the perfect size for LPS. Then there's a bone saw. I guess this isn't really a bone saw, but it's gonna be for me. This is my favorite one that I got. It's so cool. It's not really sharp, but it does kind of have the little ridges you can see. I'm also just gonna cut this ring off. The other two don't have anything that I need to cut off. There's this really nice wrench. I have a couple wrenches already, but I really like the way that this one looks. And then there's a normal saw. This one's actually probably my favorite. This one's so cool. It's honestly pretty sharp, and I don't have any little miniature things like this either, so that's gonna be fire. You'll probably see those in some deranged video that I'll post eventually. But then I got 2 big miniature furniture pieces from the antique mall or antique market or whatever, which was a separate place. So let me get these guys out of here. So I got this bench. This video is a disaster. I got this wire bench. It's really cool. I figured that it would be a good size for at least 2 LPS to sit on. It's a little bit tall, but you know, furniture never really lines up perfectly with Littlest Pet Shops anyway, so not too bad. And it's made of metal. Like, the quality of it is so cool. I love antique miniature stuff. It's literally amazing. I'm really excited about that. I don't really know like when I'm gonna use it, but I thought it would be cool to have. And then there's this marble table. My LPS live in luxury, you guys. Look at how cool this is. Like, the detail is insane. There's little like wood ducks holding up the bottom. There's this really cool flower engraving. It's so cool. Like, this would be such a cool real piece of furniture, but unfortunately only my LPS get to enjoy it, not me. But yeah, it was really funny because my roommates were like, oh, what did you buy? And I'm like, oh, LPS. And they're like, okay, what else did you get? And I was like, oh, I got these miniatures for my LPS. So I didn't actually buy anything for myself. That's a lie. I got a t-shirt. I don't know. I just thought this would be a good excuse to make a video, because if you know me, I gotta turn everything into some kind of Littlest Pet Shop related content. But yeah, let me know if you think that anything that I got was actually worth buying. I think it was. It was fun. It was just a cool place to check out. I definitely want to go back to the Long Beach flea market. If you're in the area, I would highly recommend checking it out. It does have a $10 cash only entrance fee, which I did not know about, so keep that in mind. And it's definitely a good idea to bring cash because most vendors prefer that. I also didn't think to do that because I'm dumb, but obviously you should do that. Anyways, let's make the comment section a little bit more fun this time. Comment down below and tell me any stories where you've been able to find cool LPS or cool miniature things like this for your Littlest Pet Shop in the wild. I would love to hear all your stories about that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!